Welcome to the metaphysical journey. This is a reading for the collective. It will resonate with some, not with everyone, and that's okay. And for this reading, what I'm going to do is pull a card from 4 different decks. I want to see if they all line up and come together into one message that can maybe explain or shed some light on where you are right now and what you're going through. Again, this is just a very general reading for an overall collective, so it's going to show up in different ways for some. And for some of you, it may not resonate whatsoever. And again, that's okay. Setting the tone for this will be the What's the Tea deck. And I have pre-shuffled all of these, but I'm just going to split the deck a few more times and pull a card, and we're going to see what we get. Interesting. Karmic friends. Karmic friends. Can't fully trust them? Tension. Secret competition. Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. So you're dealing with karmic friends, some type of karmic relationship thing. And because the word karmic is in there, it also gives me the feeling that this is really connected to life lesson type of thing, not your general ordinary relationship you're dealing with, but these are things that you're meant to learn something from, life lessons. And so if this is repeating patterns that are taking place with one group of people or even a variety or throughout your life, it's time to possibly see what the attachment is to them and move on from that. So how to deal with your friends. We hear in readings all the time, and I've said it too, that it's, you have to walk away from the things that no longer serve you. And often we think of those as habits or a variety of things, but not always necessarily people. And sometimes it's hard to walk away from people. The next deck is the Fortune Oracle. And there'll be 2 cards, this one and another one. And these will be kind of the overall message portion for this reading. And oops, there went my cards everywhere. And this one says, marriage. You are attracting emotional fulfillment and unconditional love. Now, nice. Maybe some of you are getting married or thinking about getting married, or you have a proposal coming in, and that's awesome. I mean, people want a great relationship and partner, right? I certainly am looking for one, so I am with you on this one. Let me know, and I'll catch the bouquet, I promise. But I want to really focus in on the words, you are attracting emotional fulfillment and unconditional love. Now, that's interesting. Do you feel unconditional love from karmic friends, or are they just kind of, I don't know, sucking the life out of you? I'll talk more about this in a minute. So the third deck is the Higher Self Oracle, and this will be part 2 of the message. I don't look so I don't cheat with these cards. Okay. And I'm glad you can't see me shuffle. I'm not good at it. This one says, clear your energy. Clear your energy. Okay. In order for something new to come in, old stuff has to go. You really can't get married if you're still married to someone else. So, there's that aspect of it. But in any type of relationship or partnership, anything, any type of connection, in order to make room for something new, you have to let go of something old. And what if that's where the karmic friends are coming in? So it's time to really think about your collection of friends and the people that are really draining you, and consider cutting them out. So I want to talk about karmic friends. Life lessons or attachments. This is something that I personally have been dealing with, actually very recently and for some time. And the lessons we learn from karmic friends or karmic type of relationships are things that go back often through our entire life. And many times they are connected to attachments that we have to something. And that can be attachment to needing affirmation or approval, or it's connected to our self-worth, and we just keep connected to certain types of relationships because they provide us provide that to us, even though they can be detrimental to who we are as people and actually hurt our self-worth in the end. So karmic friends, we all have them. We know these types of people, and many times we shouldn't even call them friends. They should just be considered not even acquaintances, or just people that come in when they need something from you and you know who they are. These are the ones that you get a text message or you have a voicemail and you look at it and you're like, not today, Satan. I just can't handle this today. Because you already know, you have dread. You dread them. And from this point forward, I want to talk about everything in terms of energy, your energy, and protecting your most valuable resource, which is your energy. You're a light being, you're an energy worker. You have to have your energy. And think about it. You put yourself second, third, fourth, fifth place, or even further down into the honorable mention list because you put everyone else first. You give and give and give, and you're drained. People suck you dry, but because you are a light being filled with love and light, you just give and give and give and give. You know what? You have to stop that. We all have to stop that. That is just pure crap. It needs to stop. Does it make us selfish? No, it makes us smart. It's about self-worth, knowing your limitations, and also being able to spot and recognize people that are draining you. We deal with everything on the surface level, right? We hear the words that people say and we react or have some type of an emotional response to it. So everything is very surface. What we have to do, truly what we have to do, is go one layer deeper and start looking at the energy flow patterns here. Where's the energy going? So if I have a person that's calling me or contacting me and giving me some sorry, lame ass sob story about something, first of all, I need to go a layer deeper and say, what's the energy here? Well, they're giving me a sob story, but they're trying to get something from me to pull it back toward them. They either want my sympathy, my support, my money, my time, or they are just bored and they need to get a therapist. Seriously, either way, they're withdrawing something from you. It's a one-way flow straight back to them always. And they only contact you when they need something from you. That's not a friend. That's a user. Call it for what it is. It's time to be honest. And seriously, what's the T? The T is they are using you. It happens in a variety of ways. You have people that will contact you and you already know up front what they're going to talk about. They're going to talk about their horrible relationship, the long string of relationships. It's always been that way, and it will always be that way because they actually get value from that. That's where they have their identity. They are a person that has had a long line of horrible relationships because all of these losers, who's the real loser? Not necessarily the 15 people before. It could be the person selecting them. Either they're flypaper for freaks, or they just have a problem. So whatever, they're not going to change. It could also be the person that it's always the same thing. It's like their health conditions, and it just never changes. It's been going on since three incarnations ago. The same thing over and over and over and over, always the same. They do not want to change. They don't want anything from you except you to tell them what a beautiful spiritual person they are. And I'm so sorry you go through this. It will get better. You're about to turn a corner. You're at a crossroads. You're in front of the door. Just step through, blah, 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 blah. They're not going to step anywhere. They're not going to change. They're not going to go a different path because that's who they are and who they will always remain to be. And somehow they turn it into a spiritual thing that they're all enlightened because of this horrible this plight that they're in. It's crap. They're in a victim status and they're never going to change. There's nothing you can do to change them. They need a therapist, and that doesn't have to be you. Another way this plays out would be a person that contacts you, and I have a real story on this one. They contact you and give you this long sob story about how poor they are, how bad it is. Oh my God, it's just horrible, horrible, horrible. Can't manifest the money to get a taxi ride across the street. Life is bad. Everybody else's fault but theirs. Do they work? No. Do they save? Hell no. Do they manifest? Very well. They manifest your money. So it's very manipulative, and they'll call you. My personal story on this, where all that just came from. Um, am I still bitter? Oh no, this is new. But I had a really great friend in high school, and a good person, super smart, brilliant, actually. And as we grew up and went away to college, we kind of, drifted our ways. Well, many years go by, and their life has had a lot of issues and challenges, and they were away from society for a while. When they finally come back out into society, I reach out, and they actually come to me and they ask me for financial support to kind of get them back on their path to get an apartment, etc. And I was like, absolutely, I'm here to help you. And there was a whole arrangement set up that they would start paying back whatever. And I said, that's fine, that's fine. That wasn't a big priority for me. Well, this goes on a few years, and I was getting called on a regular basis. Their own family cut them off. Now I know why. They never repaid anything, but continued. And finally, one night, I was contacted at home. It's like, I am at the gas station. I don't have any money, no cash whatsoever. I don't have any money to get enough gas in my vehicle to get me home. And they lived about 10 miles away. And I said, let me come down there. So I got dressed, went down there and filled up their thing with gas. And then I went inside to pay. They walked in with me. I paid for their gas. And then they immediately throw out cash and buy a bunch of cigarettes. And I was just like, what is going on? You told me you have zero money. And they said, well, I always keep some back for cigarettes. Like, that would have bought you more than enough gas, seriously. And at that point, I was in over $800, and something just snapped. And I waited for them to come out, and I said, ATM is closed. Don't ever contact me again. If you're just after money, you're using me. This is not right. Oh, well, but we were good friends. I'm like, that was 20 years ago. Now I'm just a person you come to because you want money. And I learned later they were going to everyone for money, but everyone else was smarter than me and already cut them off. So I never heard from them again because they only wanted money. And every conversation was the same. Everything had dollar signs attached to it. And it's like, well, how are you doing today? Oh, it's okay. My car has blah, 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 blah. And it costs $70.49. Blah, 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 $13.95, la, 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 la. My phone broke. So I took them down and bought them a new phone, did all of that. And then that got smashed. And they were like, oh, my phone broke. And at that point, I'm like, well, good luck. I'm not going to buy you another phone. So that's what I was doing because I was trying to be helpful, supportive, filled with love and light, take the spiritual route. Well, that was just crap, seriously. And that was definitely a karmic relationship, a karmic friend. We have lots of these, and they take many different forms. So be very mindful of that. Pay attention to the energy flow. If someone's only reaching out to you because they want something from you, whether they ask for it or not, whether they ask you for money outright, they're very smart. They don't have to. They're coming to you because they really believe that you're just going to take the hook and just provide. And if you have been doing that in the past, you are a cash cow, and they will continue to do that until you cut them off. You are not helping them by doing that. You're enabling them to continue doing. Instead, ask questions. Well, what have you done? Are you saving any money? Are you even working? Where is your money going? What are you doing? Why are they coming to you? For your resources. You work hard for it. Make them work for it. Cut them off. So you have to get rid of this in order to clear your energy to make room for something new, whether it's an actual marriage or just some type of a new relationship you have with yourself, with your self-worth, with whatever it is. It's getting rid of the old to make room for something new. Now, I want to end by pulling a message card from The Universe Has Your Back by Gabrielle Bernstein. It's a really cool deck with some nice messages. So let's see what. Okay. I am loving the energy of the universe. Now, if you're going to be in love with something, this is the energy to be in love with. When you clear out the old, when you clear clear your energy. You have to make room for something new. And that is where this one, sorry, you can pull from the energy of the universe to really refuel yourself. So these two go together very well. So what are you facing right now? You are dealing with karmic friends. It's time to really look at those connections, look at those attachments. Why are you still there with them? Time to let them go. Because there's something new coming, some type of a new relationship coming your way with however it works out. Hopefully it's a partner. Um, from my lips to God's ears for all of us on that. And because you're clearing your energy, it's what you're time to do in order to have a deeper connection with the universe and the energy that flows from that. I hope this reading resonates with you or helps you in some way and maybe helps someone else. I want to tell you how much I really appreciate you for following me on the metaphysical journey. And I really hope all of you have a really beautiful night. Bye.